Hey, it's Toby. Me and Sean are back.
Toby's injured.
Yeah, I fucked up my hand in the stupid-ass scooter accident. I was racing around the quarter-mile track at the new junior high at Mueller. There's a junior high they're not even finished building yet, and I obviously shouldn't have been on their track. So I'm going to sue the shit out of it.
Yeah.
But I hit a big patch of mud.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I'm 52 years old. Anyway, I skinned my hand, and it's gross. Anyway, I hate it when people show their injuries, so I'm not going to do that. But
it's gory, but apparently some people noticed Toby's road rash as he was coming away from the accident. And
I was trying to scooter home, and the couple ladies were like, "Hi," you know. I was like all gray down the side of my shirt.
You look like a rough and tumble customer.
Yeah, it's a really rugged look.
Yeah, you should start doing that. Like,
it ain't worth it.
Well, I mean, being a poser, and like posing up our clothes, like we just like had a rad fresh session, and then go walk around Town Lake, you know. All the ladies and guys, you know.
Yeah, just ate shit, ladies.
That's hot. That's hot. Injuries are hot. It's in. It's official. 2023. The injury look is in. You're spearheading that.
So, let me see. Let's go backwards. So Sean went to some shows. I played a show, and then I didn't go to a bunch of shows like I probably should have. We did both see Obituary, so that was right after our last show. And oh my God, the band Ingrown from Boise, Idaho, they were awesome. Mm-hmm. Immolation was awesome.
Immolation was really great.
Mm-hmm.
Obituary played forever. I think they did like 3 encores. We saw the guys outside for a little while.
Yeah.
We talked shop with the drummer about his cat farm. No, I'm kidding. We did. But Toby told me he's like a cat
he runs
rescue.
a cat rescue.
Cat rescue.
Yeah. Don Tardy. They're awesome. They're so good live. Who am I forgetting on that bill?
Immolation, Ingrown was.
Who was the second band?
I missed the first band.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wow, it's now been a little while. I totally forgot. It'll come to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know who it was? It was Blood Incantation.
Blood Incantation. Yeah, I saw
they
Blood
were very
Incantation.
good. They were.
I missed.
They
Ingrown
were very prog. Ingrown was good. I guess they really stuck out in my mind. I like it when their merch girl was singing. She was really good. But I mean, she really commanded the stage.
Dude, did you see the pit for? Okay, so it was just packed for Obituary, but like. They were like the same 4 kids doing stage dives the whole time. And they must have been like at least like 10 to 13 years old. And over and
That's
over.
the right age. If you're over 170 pounds, you have no business stage diving.
Right.
That's something for kids.
Yeah.
Skinny ass kids.
And they were the best time. And people were like throwing them around and catching them and stuff. And they had big smiles on their face. And Obituary. I can't imagine going to see Obituary when I was 10.
Man, they were awesome. And you can tell by the way they play that show's probably even better in like a big place. Like I bet that rules in an arena, you know.
Yeah, I saw them in Houston at that show with Cattle Decapitation and Amon Amarth and Carcass, and they were great. That was at the Houston. I can't remember the name of it now. But anyway, I was in a big place and it sounded great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounded really
and then you saw fucking Voivod and
Imperial Triumphant. Man, they were really great, and it was, you know, Imperial Triumphant wears these like ancient Greek looking, eyes wide shut looking masks the whole time, and then these like black robes. And the funny thing about the show is like we don't know what they look like underneath the masks. And Toby had given me a Voivod CD to get signed at the show, and so I was like, yes. And so I knew what Voivod looked like, and so I was just ready to see any of them. And I didn't see any of them before the show, but the guys from Imperial Triumphant were both like the guitar player and the bass player.
And you could tell it was them.
Yeah, because I only knew it was them because like other people were going up to them like, dude, you guys were so great in Philadelphia. Like I missed you then, but you know, and the guy was like, oh yeah,
cool.
So yeah, it was obviously.
Yeah, I just figured you wouldn't be able to tell who they were.
Me either. I just should have bought a record and had sign it, but no, that was a great show. And then I saw the Gories and Riverboat Gamblers at the Mohawk.
How was that?
fantastic. Riverboat Gamblers, I haven't seen since Fun Fest 2006. And man, they tore it up. They were so fun. Mike Weavey's such a great front guy. And then, of course, like Gory's were amazing. They played for a good hour, solid hour almost.
Oh, you know who I did see? I saw Ultra Bomb.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they were great. Because I saw Ian there. He had played there with Black Gold. And, no, I talked about Ultra Bomb.
I think you did talk about Ultra Bomb.
Yeah. What I did is I went to my daughter's graduation. So she's now a high school graduate.
Woo!
And Sean's going to be gone for a month. And I'm going to have a few different guests on doing Sean's part.
I hope I have a job when I get back, Toby.
Totally. No, yeah.
I hope they bomb.
Don't even worry about it. but the first one's my daughter, and she's Darlene, and she's got some CDs she wants to talk about. I'm going to make her talk about a couple CDs. New stuff, and
she's gonna video edit it too, right? So it looks super cool
so.
for
We've
one
never
episode.
done that before. Yeah. She's going to NYU Film School. So
that's gonna be awesome.
She can't take over.
Yeah.
So and then I played a show with John Motard, and we played with Sabbath Crow and Angry Little Vegan, and that was awesome. And Dan Hoekstra played with us. He's sitting in for Paul J for the rest of the year while Paul stays off his knee. And he sounded awesome. He was throwing down some dive bombs on like Criminal and My Love Is Bad and stuff. It sounded awesome.
Rad.
Yeah,
Danny's such a good guitar player.
He's really good. Yeah, so it was a pleasure to play with him, and I got to bust out. I got to play on my orange bass, which I hadn't played live before, and I actually got this Geddy Lee 2112 Sans amp pedal that I really like, and it sounded really good. And people thought it was the amp or the bass. I really think it was that pedal going through the PA that was like the biggest difference, But anyway,
it kills. And you got a new bass.
Oh yeah.
Marcus Miller.
God, that thing rocks. Really see that. Yeah, Marcus Miller. What do you call it? A P5.
I couldn't put it down when I came over.
Yeah. It's nice, huh?
Yeah, Ron Williams, check out Marcus Miller basses.
Yeah, I'm loving playing that thing. Too bad I fucked up my hand. I got a gig on Thursday with Yardwork. We're playing with Total Diamonds and So is members of Dead Space. No, Hex Dispensers?
Well, Rebecca from Hex Dispensers is in Total Diamonds.
That's Total Diamonds, but So is members of Dead Space.
Oh, gotcha.
But Rebecca got me the gig.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's on Thursday, and we're going to play about 9:30.
Where?
And hopefully...
Kickbutt?
13th floor.
13th floor.
Yeah. And I've yet to play there. As 13th floor, I played there a lot, is Beerland. Same location. And then coming up, I have one at the... What's it called? What's Blue Flamingo called now?
Chess Club.
Chess Club. I want to call it Press Club. That was a place in Sacramento. Chess Club. Yeah, I got a gig with Yardwork coming up there with the stairs.
Sweet. Have you played there since Blue Flamingo?
Nope. That'll be my first time there.
Wow.
Back too. Yeah. So I did play the first show ever at Beerland, and I think I played Blue Flamingo more than any other person.
Right.
So.
And you threw up there more than anyone else also. I'm just kidding.
I don't know if I threw up in the Blue Flamingo.
I did. I threw up there once.
Oh yeah.
So when I walked in, speaking of throwing up at shows, I don't know if I told you this. I think I did at the show, but when we were walking into Obituary, I had on a Fuck Emo shirt, and this kid, maybe he's like 17 or 18, he stops me and he's like, "Dude, I love your shirt. Oh my gosh, man! I saw them at their last show." Where they played with the Motards at the Lost Well, and I was like, awesome, that was a cool show. And he was like, that was my first show that I threw up at.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, man, you've been indoctrinated.
We sent two middle-aged people to the hospital and made a kid throw up.
Yeah, success, box check.
Still got it.
Yeah. Still doing it. Those guys, they still got it, man. Kids are puking and going to the hospital after their shows. Something to be proud of. All right.
So, we've got a lot to talk about, and we're going to start with two, punk rock originator, and from two of the most classic bands in punk rock. I'm talking about the Ramones and the Sex Pistols. We've got records from Glen Matlock and Richie Ramone.
All right.
Well, I guess Glen Matlock came first, so we're going to go to Glen Matlock first, right? And he's got this album called Consequences Coming. Now, Glen Matlock played bass, and you know this music history. And oh God, did you watch that Sex Pistols show? It sucked so bad.
I was reading about it as I was kind of doing my homework on Glen Matlock.
I mean, maybe it got better. If you liked it, write in and tell me what you thought was good about it. All right, so Consequences Coming. Glen Matlock wrote all the fucking Sex Pistol songs except the last three. He did not write Holidays in the Sun, Bodies, or Belson Was a Gas. But all the fucking classics, God Save the Queen, Anarchy in the UK, Pretty Vacant. This guy completely had a hand in it. It's disputed between him and Steve Jones. Paul Cook says that Glen Matlock wrote a shit ton of stuff, and Steve Jones says that he wrote a bunch of it. So listen to this album. This is a rootsy album. This is like, you know what? Glen Matlock would completely fit in at the Continental Club or Antone's, and everyone would love it. And he's a character. He doesn't have like the greatest voice, but it's in tune and it's distinctive. It's like a Ringo kind of voice, you know, it's a very likable voice.
And you can tell he's really going for it and trying.
But it's good. It's got memorable songs, but it's like you can tell, like, just listen to this and whatever. When PIL's gonna put out something different, and you can see like, these guys weren't supposed to be in the same band. And it worked like gangbusters for a bit. But, like, this guy is like a rootsy rocker, and fucking, you know, John Lydon hates rock and roll. He wants to be innovative, groundbreaking. And this is like, you know what it is? It's goddamn pub rock, you know? Like, it's totally what predates the Sex Pistols. You know that this guy came up in the pub rock scene.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Okay. Do you have a favorite song on this?
I do have a favorite song.
Okay, we're gonna say.
No, I don't actually have a favorite song. I forgot to write it down.
Oh, okay. My favorite is Magic Carpet Ride.
Okay.
And you know what it kind of sounds like? It's got the same kind of riff as Metal Guru by T-Rex. Yeah, it's not the Steppenwolf song, you know? But
I like the cover they do of
fucking Constant Craving.
Is really
I was
good.
like, he's not doing Constant Craving. That song was stuck in my head for like 3 days after that.
Right.
Because then I heard him do it, and I was like, no, he didn't cover Constant. But he does a good job.
Yeah.
And you realize that when you hear it, you're like, oh, that's like a real classic kind of like, you know, like one of the Rat Packers could have sung that back in the day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like Frank could have sang that, you know?
Yeah.
And what else is a cover?
Isn't
I should look it up.
I don't know. About the Weekend.
Head on Sticks, pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing's pretty consistently fun. It's not ambitious, but it's got a lot of toe tapping, earworm kind of traditional pub rock songs, and I like it, and it's good to hear from
a legend.
Yeah.
You know who they could play with, or who Glen Matlock should play with?
Who's that?
Is, since they're still playing, is the Vibrators. Like, Vibrators put out a record last year, and I think they're more going in that direction too, of like pub rock, you know. So I think it'd be awesome if they hooked up. But he's doing a tour right now, currently with Stiff Little Fingers.
He should play with that fucking. When I saw Billy Bremer's Rock Files, you know, when they were doing all that rock pile shit. Like, which was awesome. Like, that, I would go see that.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's because, you know, he did that power pop stuff. Like, his band, the Rich Kids, after the Sex Pistols was had Mid-Year from Ultravox, was like more of a power pop kind of thing. And so he did have some success after the Sex Pistols. But you can see that's where he is. So yeah, and you can hear what influence he brought to the Pistols, you know?
Yeah, I agree. You can tell with the songwriting.
Yeah.
Who was the
you
main
know,
songwriter.
because like the three other music guys, Steve Jones, Paul Cook, like their favorite band was the Faces, you know, and you can kind of hear it. And this, a little bit of the Faces, but yeah, you can tell he was in that fucking pub rock scene.
So I want to just read this quote that Glen Matlock said about this record, because it was written in 2020 when like Brexit and fucking Trump were like going nuts. And so he says the album was written and recorded in Britain over the last 18 months. So with a posse of seasoned but on the point performers, all done during the debacle that is Brexit and the rise and fall of the turgid Trump episode in the U.S. These songs reflect my take on the whole sorry mess that has ensued. Now the wheels of the music business can sometimes move at a lugubrious and glacial pace, and sometimes the moment might be lost. But seeing no break in the clouds or clear light at the end of the tunnel, surely the only demand on people's lips should be that there are consequences coming for those fat-headed oafs who have foisted their asinine, warped sensibilities on us. So that's what consequences coming. That title comes from. Yeah. I
had no clue it was that political. Yeah. I thought these were like personal songs, you know?
Yeah. Wow. Well, maybe the songs aren't, but I think that the meaning of the title of the record is, you know.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, good for him. Yeah, Leiden's. Oh man, that's another reason those two guys couldn't get along anymore.
Political differences.
Oh yeah, fucking Leiden's totally supporting Brexit. Yeah, among other things. Yeah, he's gotten really conservative lately. It's kind of unbecoming. So anyway, Richie Ramone, the third recorded drummer for the Ramones. I think the original drummer for the Ramones was Joey. You know, so Tommy played on the first three, and then we had Marky come in and play on the 4, 5, and 6, 7. Yeah, he played on the next 4. And then fucking Richie came in and started touring for Subterranean Jungle. He didn't play on that one. And then he played on Animal Boy, which he wrote the lead track and single, Somebody Put Something in My Drink.
And he played on, did you say Too Tough to Die?
He did play on Too Tough to Die.
And
Sorry, I forgot
Halfway to Sanity.
You see, that's like, in a lot of ways, my favorite era of the Ramones. In a way, like, the best live, kick-ass drummer. I think he might have been the best drummer.
I agree. I think Richie Ramone is amazing, and you could definitely hear those records in this album.
Oh, the Ramones influence is heavy.
Right,
yeah.
Absolutely. But especially those songs, you know, like Too Tough to Die, like, you know, a lot of the songs, I hear those.
Too Tough to Die was the first, like, that, when I discovered the Ramones, that was the new album out, you know, and I was just mind blown. It's still one of my favorites.
83?
That's like 82.
82.
Yeah. Awesome record. God. So, wait, yeah, okay, yeah. No, wait. Too Tough to Die is 84.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's when I really got hip to them, and that's what was out, and I love that record. It's one of my favorites, and I really love Animal Boy. We covered Freakin' Nature.
Yeah.
We're going to do that again with John Wotar, because we're playing our next shows. There's a Ramones tribute band on there, so I'm going to bust out our Ramones cover. But, so, he's got a really good voice. I wish this album wasn't called Live to Tell, because I get that shitty Madonna song stuck in my head.
Yeah, which I got. Yep, I do too. Yeah. Men can live 1,000 lives. Wait,
I learned my lesson well.
Hope I live to tell
the secrets I have learned.
It will burn inside me. God. Stop.
That song is so shitty.
Man,
Madonna could put out any piece of shit at that point and it would sell like...
She could have. She really could have. Sorry, I just want to say this about Richie before I forget, and fuck Madonna, is he also wrote Smash You, Humankind,
Yeah.
I'm Not Jesus,
Yeah.
I Know Better Now, and You Can't Say Anything Nice.
He co-wrote that song. Yeah. Okay, so do you have a favorite on this?
Yeah, man, the
whole thing's pretty consistent.
The whole thing is very consistent. Yes, I do.
Yeah, what's that?
It's Find Our Place.
Oh, yeah.
And my second favorite song is Master Plan.
Master Plan is awesome.
But Live to Tell is a great song also.
Live to Tell is a lot like I Want to Live.
Mm-hmm.
And when I Want to Live came out, I kind of thought it was a rewrite. I didn't like that song originally. In fact, I didn't like Halfway to Sanity when it first came out, but I love that album now. I thought it was kind of like the Replacements, The Ledge, you know, which had been like a really hip underground hit, like previously in the last year before that came out. And this kind of has that feeling. Live to Tell is good. Who Stole My Wig? I wonder which of his ex-bandmates that's about, because there were a few wigs in that.
You know, I wonder if that's a cover, but they don't mention it, because there's a song on not Howlin' Wolf. Man, I can't think of the blues artist now. Fuck, it just went out of my mind. Anyway, but there's a song called Who Stole My Wig.
Look who played on that. Paul Russler. That's Kira Russler's brother. He was in the Weirdos.
Huh, that's awesome. Kira Russler from
Black Flag.
Yeah.
They record in L.A., so these are all L.A. people. Mixed by Paul Russler. Yeah. Claire Mistake. She sings on something. Anyway, it's a good record. I enjoyed it, and his voice, you know, he sings like Joey. Oh, one of the songs, "Who Stole My Wig," reminds me of Main Man. I'm My Own Main Man from Mondo Bizarro, which he wasn't even on that record. But no, there's a lot of good, and there's some breaks in the night, like from like KKK Took My Baby Away. Yeah.
So Who Stole My Wig, I want to say, I guess they don't cover it, but it's Hound Dog Taylor has a song called Who Stole My Wig.
Oh.
Or maybe it's Who Stole My Wig Hat, actually. That's the song by Hound Dog Taylor and the House Rockers.
Yeah.
But, anyway, but this is a great record.
No, written by Richie Ramone.
Okay.
Let me read the lyrics, and we'll get to the bottom of this. Woke up in a sweat today, my life is not the same. When I walked outside the door, I felt my head was cold. I don't know why I'm feeling so ashamed. Where's my friend? Lost my fame, lost my wig today. Give me your hat, can't find my spare, I've looked for it everywhere. I don't know why I'm feeling so ashamed. Who stole my wig? Now my wig stand sits alone. When I walk outside the door, I felt my head was cold. Where's my friend? Who's to blame? I lost my wig today. Who stole my wig? Now give it back, give it back, give it back.
Give it back.
That's like a Ramone song, right?
Yeah, exactly. But
So, man, that could be about any of them.
Yeah. When I saw that song, I thought of Hedwig, too, since a lot of that is about his wigs.
But, man, sometimes he sounds like, not to interrupt, when he goes high with his singing, he sounds like fucking
Bryan Adams.
No.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say Rob Halford.
Oh, and I can see that too. Yeah,
but he's got a really good voice. Yeah,
his voice is great. So he left the Ramones in August of '87.
That's correct.
Was fired abruptly, and I guess he had conflicts with Johnny. But Joey and Dee Dee really got along with him, but it was over. Royalties for
T-shirts.
T-shirts.
He wanted they had his
small,
name.
Tiny percentage.
Yeah, they had his name on the new Ramones logo, but he wasn't getting cut of the T-shirt sales. And as you know, Ramones sell as many T-shirts as anything. And Johnny was like a cutthroat business dude, and wasn't going to cut him in on it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But yeah, so
he's also got a book.
Oh, really?
It's called My Life Before, During, and After the Ramones. I Know Better Now.
Oh, he was also one of the few to go to Joey's funeral.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Johnny didn't go to Joey's funeral?
No, and Dee Dee was not there either.
Man.
God, maybe Marky wasn't there. God, it was just, anyway, I think Tommy and Richie were the ones that were there. All right, so let's move on. Now we're going to talk about two death metal bands from Dallas, okay? And so this band, they're called the Black Moriah, and I was lucky to see them. They opened for Possessed, and I didn't get to see Possessed. It was the first night of the tour, and I had to be at work at 11:30, and it was running slow. And I saw all the opening bands, and my favorite of the opening bands was this Dallas band, the Black Moriah.
Desert Hymns and Funeral Grins.
This album is so awesome.
Dude. It's really good. It's
I'm
really
so
good.
glad I bought it.
I'm so glad they're from Texas.
Yeah,
And they'll hopefully play here more often.
Yeah, I think this might be in my top 20 at the end of the year.
This and the other Texas band put out a solid effort this year.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it next.
But, and the other one's more well known, but damn, there's some, so they've got like this Western, this is like a fucking Jonah Hex death metal record, you know?
Exactly.
It's like this gothic Western soundtrackish thing going on, and especially Song 7, A Night in the Desert's got almost like a disco-y interlude thing going on. Yeah. They did not do that live. They did, the song I remember most from their live set is Blessed by Buzzards.
That's a great song.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
But Endless Prairie, that one's, they've got horns on it, and like, it's really ambitious in its own thing. And I think it's a great, great record.
At times, and I hate to say this, like, it feels comical, but in a good way, right?
Yeah,
like, they're not taking themselves too seriously, and they're also not afraid to try shit, you know, with like those weird interludes. And but yeah, this is a full on like death metal, wild western thrash record, if you will. And it's black thrash metal. I don't know a better way to describe it. Yeah. But they're on Folter Records out of Germany.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is their third record. I haven't listened to their first two. I should probably do that more before I come in here so I can compare them. But
I've not heard them.
But yeah, this is their third one, and it's a heavy hitter, man. And like I said, they take risks, and at times it seems aloof and comical, but then it works. Like it plays like a western, I guess.
When they set up, I was like, oh, this isn't my thing, because I saw all their like cowboy outfits and I didn't know what was going on, but when they started playing, it was awesome.
It was your thing.
It was totally my thing. So we've got Burnale on lead guitar, Inadu on drums and percussion, the Mad Arab on lead vocals, scriptures and incantations, Maladon on bass guitar, backing vocals and baritone choir, Zawig on lead rhythm and Grandpa's guitar, synthesizers and samplers, Mellotrons, Phrygian flute, Unfortunate shovel, backing vocals, tenor choir, brass and choir arrangements. And they've also got guests on trumpets, synthesizer, mellotron, soprano choir, alto choir, assorted hand percussion, more mellotron, trombone, vocals and cloven hoofs, calls on a witch is born. Yeah, this is recorded during the lockdown. I can't really recommend this record anymore. You know, I think it's so awesome.
It's really awesome.
In its own thing. You know,
they've got they just try a lot of stuff, and it's fun and it works. And I can't wait for their next record. What a cool fucking CD, man! Like,
hold it up. I got a hurt hand.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, like what cool artwork, and it's like all like desert western theme. They look like Motorhead over here and Ace of Spades, but no, it's super fun, and yeah, it's like a good ride into the dirty old west death metal style. Yeah, it's really fun. It's a really good time, and they have a video. I know you don't watch a lot of the videos, Tobe, but they have one video for Echo of Hooves.
Echo of Hooves, that's a rocker.
And then, what's your favorite song on the record?
Oh man, I like A Night in the Desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Blessed by Buzzards.
Blessed by Buzzards is a great song.
Is dope.
Yeah.
And fucking the other one I mentioned, Endless Prairie, is pretty fucking awesome.
I really love, and I hate to say it, like sometimes it's just too on the nose, but I love the title track, like the first song.
Oh, it's so good.
Slain Children, Roaring Arrows. I'm sorry. It is Slain Children, Roaring Arrows, A Blood Atonement is the name of that song. And it's awesome. I watched some live footage of them also, and goddamn, they just fucking bring it. Really, really fun.
Let me see if I can actually read.
Did they wear cowboy hats and like?
Yeah, they were dressed like fucking
vests and shit. And
what's that Johnny Depp movie, Ghost Cowboy or whatever? A Night in the Desert. In this parched valley beneath the moon, clawing through walls of deceit and blackness, Stone shadows are speechless. Time stands still. The hourglass is frozen. Slithering, crawling, creeping. They go awakened by the moon's glow, following a sand path of obscenity, where the world of man has no role. Let terror possess and course through your veins, erupting the intoxication of judgment. When I came upon its ghastly stillness and unending sleep, it looked at me, rays of cold among the desert heat. I returned its look, and I forgot my triumph in finding it in the madness of night. Things became articulate. Only teeth and eyes gleam in the shadows until the east grows gray, edged with a light gold. I awake with a hot touch upon my face. You know, that's like...
And then we got ice cream.
No, I read a lot of like analog and Asimov's like science fiction journals. Like that like comes off like with like some of the poetry I read in those. You know, yeah,
that's really cool.
So that's awesome. The Black Moriah. Do yourself a favor, because I had never heard of them.
Yeah.
But you know,
if you could compare them to anybody, I think they kind of sound like Creator in a weird way.
Oh yeah, Man, I know one of these dudes was in Absu, so like sometimes I think of that, and then I don't know who I would put these guys with, like Immortal, you know, like if I was gonna have them open for a good act, you know, I think that would be pretty fucking ideal. But I don't know if they totally remind me of anybody. It's kind of a unique thing that no one's really gone for.
Man, they would have been a great local act to open up for Motorhead.
Yeah,
that would have been fucking killer.
So we're going to stay in Dallas with the new highly anticipated release from Frozen Soul, who are getting on a lot of big bills. Like, I thought they were going to be playing at that Obituary show, but I think I missed them and they played with someone else. They were on one of those other big.
Well, we saw them with Napalm Death.
Oh, we did see them with Napalm Death, and they were awesome.
Yeah.
And this is a kick-ass record. You know what's different about this record from a lot of the death metal that's on now is the lyrics rhyme, and you can almost sing along with it. You know, I feel like they're bringing the death metal into a more accessible place. You know, salute.
Sorry,
but yeah, and there's a lot of guests on this. But it doesn't seem like super obtrusive. Right. You know,
they have guests. Well, on their songs and in their videos, they give credits to some guests. Guest vocalists. No, it's really cool. Glacial Domination is the name of the record.
Yeah, Glacial Domination.
And it's a fucking killer song. Also,
that song is dope.
There's only
the song Frozen Soul is good.
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
This is only their second full length, but this sounds like their 10th. Like they've already found the formula, and I love it. Let's see.
They're super pro.
Chris Bonner on guitar, Matt Dennard on drums, Chad Green vocals.
There they are with the fabulous Dallas skyline.
Michael Monday with on guitars and Samantha Mobley on bass. But man, these guys are so fun.
And they were big with the crowd. They went over big. Like people were really ready for them.
You know what kind of startled me when I listened to this is you know how the trend for a lot of death metal is to have an intro song. Whatever it is, you know. But like this shit, they just rip your face off immediately. You know, like they go right into it.
Okay, so if I was saying the Black Moriah is the Jonah Hex death metal band, or actually like a black and thrash metal band. You know what movie I'm always thinking of watching this is The Thing.
Yeah, yes.
They must have watched The Thing a bunch. And even some of the intro stuff is like really John Carpenter.
Right.
And plus like, but it's, you know what, when you're stuck in fucking hot ass Texas, thinking about being stuck on an Arctic base is awesome.
Wow, I never thought of that. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe
there's nothing frozen in Dallas, you know? Just frozen soul.
Maybe they're all snowbirds. Maybe they all just go away for a while. Well,
that's
whatever.
What I wanted to.
They tour a bunch, But, there's the thing about here's the big difference also between these two is like variation, right? no variation.
Oh, yeah,
it is start to go the same
got,
thing, but it's great.
These guys know what they're good at, and they hit you over the head. And I think they're currently a lot bigger than the Black Moriah. I think the Black Moriah is pretty obscure, and Frozen Soul is like up and coming on the fucking death metal circuit.
Yeah, well, they deserve it. They have videos for Frozen Soul, Assimilator, Morbid Effigy, and Glacial Domination.
Okay, I'm enjoying reading the lyrics today.
Yeah.
Oh, I can barely hold this thing. All right, so here we go. The song Frozen Soul. Should I read that one or Glacial Domination?
Read Glacial Domination.
Glacial Domination. Glacial Domination, bear witness to your demise, annihilation, nowhere to run, laid to waste. You will feel the freeze, long seas, shivering, suffocating. Foresee you'll be dragged down to your knees, dragged down, freeze. Now you will face the cold alone, crushed by the pressure, face it all alone, sealed away forever in glacial domination. Bear witness to your demise, annihilation, nowhere to run, laid to waste. You will feel the need to breathe, smothering, strangulating. Foresee you'll be dragged down to your knees, dragged down, freeze. Imminent annihilation awaits your fate. There is no escape from the weight. It's too late. You will feel my hate. Laid to waste, glacial domination, bear witness to your demise, annihilation, nowhere to run, laid to waste, there's no escape. You see, I mean, some of those rhymes are like rap rhymes.
They are like rap rhymes, man.
Like, I'm going to rhyme every line.
You know how, like, Soul Glow had a rap song, and a hip-hop song on their record, and then, who's the LA band we just reviewed, or from San Diego? They're on Epitaph. They had a hip-hop song, too.
Oh,
God, the last one.
Yeah.
One word. I can't think of their name. Fuck, we've reviewed so many records.
Oh, Drain.
Drain, yeah. So I think Frozen Soul is due on their next record. They should throw a hip hop song in there.
Someone's listening to some rap records. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel cold after you just read those lyrics, man.
It's fun to think about in these upcoming months. What's the weather going to be like in Germany when you get there?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 60s, between 60s and 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think the high is like 85. If it gets to be 90, like Germans start dying. So
that's gonna be nice.
Yeah, it'll be nice. So yeah.
All right. So I got into this. Is this the 13th record for Vomitory?
Let me tell you. This is their ninth
record.
They've got a fuck ton of
from
EPs.
Gothenburg, Sweden. Yep. Vomitory, and you can tell from the name of the band and this artwork that this is just a load of fun.
Yeah.
This whole album,
dude,
is just fucking.
This is probably
a real kick
maybe in my
pants.
top 10. It's a real kick in the pants. Holy cow! It is a karate chop to the head. It's a titty twister. All of those references.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome,
dude.
There's so many good. It's kind of like a what's they call? I usually don't like this genre, but death and roll, kind of like Entombed AD, but they do such a good job on this one, and you can tell from the pictures of the bands kind of like what they're into because they're wearing T-shirts for all the bands they like. So here's our guys in Vomitory.
Man, these guys have been around since '89. Our brothers from Sweden.
Dude, and this artwork, even on the
it's so kick-ass.
Lyric sheet and stuff, it's so kick-ass.
This is definitely, don't judge a book by its cover, but this book immediately when you see this cover. Yeah, exactly.
Look at that. That is some kick-ass comic book art.
And they're on Metal Blade, which means I hope they come to tour the United States.
Yeah, they should have. Okay, so here's our guys. Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Don't fuck with these guys. I'm going to vomit on you.
So you can tell. So our T-shirts here are Unleashed, Slayer, and Sodom, right? Okay, so...
Old schoolers, man. These guys have been around.
But lyrically, these guys are kind of like Cannibal Corpse, you know? I mean, they kind of stay there. I'll read. I hope y'all aren't... These lyrics are short, So... our band members here on drums, we've got the kick-ass named Tobias Gustafsson, but they're European, so I say Tobias, they say Tobias.
So is on guitar is Urban Gustafsson. So
Yeah,
are they brothers?
They must be.
Okay.
They look a lot alike. Urban Gustafsson. All right, so there's the bros, right? And then we've got Peter Ostlund on lead guitar and Eric Rundquist on bass and vocals.
Bass and vocals.
See, I like
Toby loves
singing
it.
bass players
Yeah.
in metal bands,
Yeah.
you know. Awesome. So,
oh wait, I gotta back up. Richie Ramone plays drums and sings, so
yeah,
just gotta point that out.
So
Obviously,
Sean likes that,
obviously.
right?
But during live shows, anyway, I won't. Go
What's
back
he
to
doing
Richie.
at the live show?
Well, he has a drummer that plays with him during live shows, and his name is Chris Moy, and he's actually from Houston. And he played in some Houston punk bands. And he
Which bands, you know?
I didn't write it down.
Oh shit.
Anyway, but
That's
yeah,
cool.
But yeah, Eric Rundquist on bass and vocals. Man, they tear it up.
Yeah, these guys tear it up.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them. My favorite song.
I'd like
on
to see
this
them.
Is oh my god.
Let's say
Ode to the Meat Saw.
Fuck yeah! You know,
How
sometimes,
about you? What
Yeah.
did you like?
mine's Dead Man Stalking.
That's a great song.
That's a great song, man.
Decrowned is good.
Yeah.
Dead World was good.
When I play,
Beg for Death. Yeah.
it's bands like this that make me love death metal and love the fact that there's bands that are still like putting stuff like this out, because like I imagine getting in the car. And look, my mom likes all this shit. Like she even listens to it. Anyway, but like whenever I get in my car and I see like Vomitory pop up on my display, that's what I'm playing. And the name of the song is, what was the last one that you said?
Beg for Death.
Beg for Death.
Yeah, Ode to the Meat Saw.
Ode to the Meat Saw, like I just think of the shock value of that. Like a parent or a priest or, somebody might have.
A priest.
Yeah.
Ode to the Meat Saw. Splattered blood. I'm sorry. Sorry. Splattered blood on the walls, screams no longer heard, flesh eating, blade of doom, revel through their skin, a malicious feast and gore, body parts violently harvested, slaughtered with no precision, maimed beyond recognition. As the slaughter continues, morbid ending, macabre way to die, ode to the meat saw, grinding across the ruptured limbs, carving through intestines, torn out viscera, dripping blood, phlegm and bile. Corpses spread in rotting piles, repulsive, nauseating stench. Violent, barbaric autopsy, rancid, decaying meat. No more remaining entrails, nothing left to tear apart. Amputated with no precision, dismembered beyond recognition.
Man, that's kind of a rap song. They should collaborate with Frozen Soul and put out a hip hop record. Man, I love hearing these lyrics just spoken. Because it hits hard either way in the song, like full blast, or just like spoken quietly on a podcast.
So I don't know any of the other Vomitory records. In fact, they're, as far as I knew, they were a new band, and I got it because I liked the artwork, and then I heard a sample of the music, and I was like, it's right up my alley. But I would like to go backwards and hear some of their other stuff, because they're pretty fucking awesome.
They are awesome. And they actually broke up. They formed in 89, broke up in 2013, played a reunion show in 2017, and have been playing ever since 2018.
Who's been in the band the longest? Like, I think the drummer's like the newest guy, and he's been with them for like a while now. You know?
Right.
Yeah, it's a solid lineup.
Peter Ostlund, the guitar player, he's only been with them since 2005.
Oh, okay, he's the guy. Yeah. 2005. Still, that's 18 years ago.
Right,
so,
right. But I think everyone else is original members.
Yeah.
Vomitory, All Heads Are Gonna Roll from Sweden. They do have music videos for Raped, Strangled, Sodomized, Dead, which is the name of one song, and then All Heads Are Gonna Roll is another video. But the videos are just them playing, live. Not live, but like it shows them playing, which is great. I love those times.
Yeah, I love those.
Yeah.
All right, so we got one more today, and this is... Introduce it, please.
This is Cattle Decapitation. These guys are, they've been around for a good while now.
From San Diego.
From San Diego, California. They formed in 96. This is deathcore, grindcore, technical death metal, and kind of the gore grind, a little bit of gore grind. But
so their last album, Death Atlas, came out right at the beginning of the pandemic, and I gave it Album of the Year because it seemed to be the album that predicted the pandemic. Like, it came out right when everything was going down, and it was a concept album kind of about that. And I was like, these guys actually did it. I have to give them Album of the Year.
Yeah.
And it was like a kick-ass album.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And it's been, but that's some shit luck to put out your masterpiece right at the height of the pandemic. You know?
Right, yeah.
And you know what? I've been a fan of these guys. I got on board with that Anthropocene exhibit, which is like 2012, you know, and I've seen them a few times, you know. And it's the singer, Travis, he's the main dude.
Travis Ryan.
He is like, they've been through some people.
Yeah, nobody here is original.
Okay, so
Travis
Josh Elmore's been there since 2001.
Yeah.
So that, yeah,
pretty close.
He's been with them a while. Yeah, but these guys, they keep adding something new to the mix. And honestly, on the first listen, I was like, I wish they would have quit adding new stuff to the mix like an album or two ago, you know? Because, well, for me, there's some clean singing on here, which I never heard them do, and I tend not to like the death metal, clean, dirty singing dynamic because it just kind of reminds me of Linkin Park or something. Mm-hmm. But they don't do it a whole lot, and it kind of comes in at the end. Mm-hmm. The last song, Just Another Body, is, I mean, you see, the thing is, it's so impressive. Like,
right.
They're so ambitious, you know?
Yeah.
You talk for a second.
Yeah.
Need some water.
Yeah. So, you know, Cattle Decapitation, if you don't know, like, most of all of their lyrics are songs that protest the mistreatment and consumption of animals and the abuse of the environment and touch subjects such as misanthropy and genocide. But anyway, a lot of their cover art has been banned in certain countries. Because,
oh, really?
Like, I can't remember the name of the record, but there's one record where it's a cattle shitting out a human corpse.
Oh, that's called Humanure?
Yeah, Humanure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was banned in Germany, actually.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So,
oh, look at the Parasite artwork. That's kick-ass.
Yeah, this artwork's really great. But, so yeah, the band's lyrics are largely based on the human impact of the environment.
And he's got this like screechy kind of side mouth death metal thing. So when they started, they were more of a straight up death metal band. There we go, Travis Ryan on vocals. And he had this like, it's hard, like he would do this singing that sounded like, well, I can't. When I tried to, it sounds like Donald Duck. But, yeah, but there was a lot of spitting, and he was kind of going through the side of his mouth, and it sounded. No one was doing it. He wasn't using any effects either. It sounded like he was singing through a bunch of effects.
And shit. Yeah.
There's spit all over the fucking place, you know. But since then, in the last couple albums, the last 2 or 3 albums. Oh, sorry, I skipped somebody. He started doing more of a screechy high singing that I wouldn't call clean singing. It was more screechy black metal kind of singing.
Right.
But on this one, at the end of the big epic at the end, he starts like straight ahead Tool singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds like Maynard, you know? and I'm not a Tool fan. Oh, it's dedicated to Gabe Serbian from Dead Cross and the Locust. Was he in the Locust? I know he's in Dead Cross. Anyway, also from San Diego. Anyway, this album, it took me a couple listens, but I mean, I'm just so impressed with how ambitious they are. You know, that like I'm gonna have to keep going back and revisiting it, you know, because there's a lot going on, and they keep adding stuff to the mix, and they're very progressive, and it's definitely not. They're always pushing the envelope.
Yeah,
you know?
I know we talk a lot about bands that have found their formula, but I really think that Cattle Decapitation is continuing to evolve as a band, and they're not afraid to try new shit on their records. And this is another proven element of that, in that it's very varied. It's very prog, techno, death metal at some points. Travis obviously does different lyrical styles from when they first formed to now, but it's refreshing. And let me tell you though, I also saw them live. They opened for Obituary, and
Monomarth had all the kick-ass bands opening.
They did. They had Carcass, Cattle Decapitation, and Obituary. And let me tell you, what a ballsy move, because to be honest, those three bands, I mean, Monomarth was fine.
How are you going to play after that?
How are you going to follow fucking Obituary and Carcass? Get out of here. Anyway, but they're great live. But to your point, I like that they're still evolving as a band.
Yeah, and I'm really gonna. I like this album more and more, and then when I hear it, at first, when I'd hear the touches of some of the clean vocals in there, it kind of turned me off. Kind of like Enslaved did. John really loves Enslaved, and I gave my CD to him, but. Actually, when I went back and listened to it, it's got its place in the dynamic of the structure of the song, and it's kind of awesome, So yeah, you gotta. It's really going on with Cattle Decapitation.
Yeah,
you gotta hand it to these guys.
Yeah, super good. But yeah, I totally nuanced approach with Terracite, but very, very welcome. Love the sound, love their style, and I love that they're just progressing and trying stuff.
Can you look up what Terracite means?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, and I'll tell you what my favorite songs are. Dude, Scourge of the Offspring is fucking dope.
So good.
I really liked The Insignificance, The Storm Upstairs. That little run of songs is really good. The whole album's pretty awesome. Yeah, but get ready for some progressive death metal.
So it's not a Oxford Dictionary word, but it is in the Urban Dictionary. And it means a devourer or destroyer of land or earth, humanity in the post-Anthropocene eras. And then the third definition is a 2023 album by extreme metal band Cattle Decapitation. I'm glad that made it. They do have some videos for this record. It is Aphotic Doom.
That's a good one.
Scourge of the Offspring and We Eat Our Young, which is a fucking great
that song is awesome.
So good. That's my favorite song on the record.
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah. Great one. Anyway, props, Cattle Decapitation. Really bringing it once again.
Yeah, some heavy hitters this week.
Yeah.
A few of these will be in my top 10 or 20 for sure.
The ones I can foresee, we're definitely going to have to talk about at the end,
Yes.
Right there.
Yeah, you'll see these again for sure. So good.
Okay, so are we going to switch it up today?
I think so. I think we're going to try in memory of Rush and Neil Peart. We're gonna play a Rush song for you, and I'm gonna try to not butcher it on bass. But you guys got to hear this tone that Toby gets out of this thing now.
Well, Sean's gonna get the tone, so you know that I'm not the tone.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd you put the sticks? And you see my shit drumming. All right, I can. Here we go.
A lot of people call me the tone master. Only when I play bass.
They get the camera, dude. They can't see my kick-ass bass.
All right, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
This is this thing. Watching.